If we don't stop them over there, they are coming here just as sure as I stand here in front of you. One thing I want to be clear about tonight. If you're running for President of the United States and you don't understand that we need more American ground forces in Iraq, and that America has to be part of a regional ground force that will go into Syria and destroy ISIL in Syria, then you're not ready to be Commander-in-Chief.
Senator Lindsey Graham from South Carolina talking about foreign policy in the early debate. We're getting closer, of course, to the start of tonight's primetime debate featuring the top 10 polling Republican presidential contenders from here in the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. We're here in the spin room. Let's talk about, first of all, that last debate and also what can we expect going forward. Syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer joins me now from Washington. Good evening, Charles. Your thoughts on the first round?
Well, let me just say I like our setup here, Brett. You always say that I take up all the time. Well, now I can do it legally. Look, I think that was a remarkable statement because this is a man who knows he's not going to win the nomination, and he's not in it really for that, but he wants to make the point. To say openly as he did, basically I want to send our troops back into Iraq and actually into Syria, is fatal in terms of winning the nomination of the presidency. But I think he has sort of the courage of his convictions. He wants to make that case and to challenge anybody who says otherwise. But, you know, you could see it in his tone, very dour and flat. This was not a happy talk campaign. This is a guy who's worried, who's serious, and who wants to make that case.
You know, Charles, a lot of people are talking about, and we've seen it on Twitter, on Facebook, about Carly Fiorina coming out of this early debate. Here she is asked about Donald Trump, and this is what she says coming out of it.
I didn't get a phone call from Bill Clinton before I jumped in the race. Did any of you get a phone call from Bill Clinton? I didn't. Maybe it's because I hadn't given money to the foundation or donated to his wife's Senate campaign.
So Carly Fiorina there, tongue-in-cheek about Bill Clinton's phone call to Donald Trump. Your thoughts about her performance, a wide range of topics that she answered tonight?
I think that Chris Wallace is exactly right. She won the debate. She won it going away. She was, on the one hand, very fluid, and on the other, very strong and combative. The fluidity was when she was asked, for example, about the Middle East. She went through a list of American allies that have not gotten what they need from us in a way that showed a real command of the facts. And the combativeness, I thought, was interesting. In that bite, she went after Trump. She also went after Obama on the Middle East. And she ended by going after Hillary and saying this is not the people versus Washington, which was Santorum's line, and of course it's the populist line. She said it's conservatism versus liberalism, and I'm a conservative, and the problem with the country is not Washington, it's the big government, the federal government, which is a classic Reaganite position. I thought that was a really interesting distinction, and I would watch for the same distinction in the big debate tonight.
Charles, you made it under the buzzer. That was good stuff. Thanks for being here. The big debate tonight. When we come back, Britt Hume, Juan Williams, and Steve Hayes here in Cleveland with their predictions for the main event tonight.